Hey, Tony Gas is here popping in. Now, my sister sent me a video today. It was an old video, and it was a young lady talking about. She was saying that when it comes to a man cheating, that she is kind of like she's okay with it as long as he's like, hey, I'm gonna do this. You're not gonna find out about it. It's not gonna bother you. It's nothing coming from it. It means nothing. And she was saying that she takes that approach because she understands. I can't remember, was it psychology or physiology or biology, and just how men are. And I wanted to touch on that because before marriage, I was never a faithful man. And I thought that sleeping around and cheating on a woman is what you're supposed to do as a man. I thought that's what you had to do. Like, I thought that was normal and this is just what you do. But of course, when I got married, you come to a place in your life and you're like, hey, I gotta try something different. And it wasn't just marriage, it was also I stepped in my purpose. I started talking about relationships and just kind of giving away the game, from being a womanizer, from being a player. And so that also aided in my faithfulness. And then when I became faithful, I'm like, okay, this is possible. It's kind of weird. Like, this is possible. Did not know that it was possible because I had never seen it. I had never seen a faithful man other than my father. I never saw my dad cheat on my mom or heard of him, or like, you hear like your mom and your dad talking, or my mama telling me stuff about what happened in the past, but I had no evidence of my dad cheating. And so, and one time when I thought he was cheating, we rode past the bowling alley and he was sitting in his car with the light on reading, and just getting away. I just his alone time, I guess. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. And so I say that to say sometimes a man could look like he cheating and actually not be cheating. And in my marriage and in my purpose, I'm being faithful. And so from being faithful, it's like you start to learn something different. And I'm like, okay, this is possible. And in the first couple of years, you have wondering eyes because you coming from what you're used to doing. And you looking around and you see and you thinking about this, but then when everything come together and you decide to be faithful, I learned that it's not a man's nature to have to physically cheat. Now, what I have learned as a man is that it is a man's nature to look, meaning that I'm gonna see every beautiful woman, and even women that I don't think are beautiful. A woman could look like, you know, the back of a school bus, but she in her face, and she could have a booty that's shaped like God hand carved her. I'm gonna see that. And I think that's the part that some women, even to the point that they are delusional, to the point that they think a man should not even see another woman. Now that's where you really delusional. That's when you really done gone crazy. Because at the same time too, as a man, if we honest about it, a woman gonna see every man. That does not, and see what this does not mean. If I see a beautiful woman, I'm not gonna approach her. I'm not gonna go say, hey, you beautiful. I'm not gonna go say, hey, are you single? What's your phone number? And that is what I have learned. And this coming from somebody, which I talked to some guys, and I was with some guys for my friend's birthday. And that's why, I'm away from my family throughout the day and all of that, just because of contact tracing, because some guys got sick. And I noticed that everybody had a ring on. Everybody had their ring on. And there was some women that still talked to guys that was out and about, that was married. I would see guys who married, and we out at little get-togethers and stuff, and out on the rooftop. And it was still women, and it was some women who was married, who was talking to men. They was in town for a bachelorette party, and this other men, and they talking. They literally talking, and then they went their separate ways. And so that human interaction, a man gonna notice a woman gonna notice a man. But what I have found is that a man does not have to cheat. That it is not in a man's nature to cheat. That yes, it's in our nature to be attracted to a woman. And if a man chooses, that attraction can turn into lust. And then that lust can turn into fornication or adultery. But that is not the nature. And so what I realized is, as when I was away for the weekend with the guys, for my friend's birthday, I thought about it. Like I literally sat down and thought about it. And I'm looking at these different, people out here, and I'm seeing different women. Now it was all Caucasian women, which it's racial lines. You have racial lines, and so I'm not racist at all, and I have dated white women and been there, but it's still a hurdle to jump, because this woman could be raised by what the man named Bill Duke, could be her brother. Her daddy could have been in the KKK. Like, you don't know as a black man what you walking into if you go to talk to a white woman, what her history is, where she come from. You don't know. And so that's one thing to think about. Now, it was a white lady that came up to me, and we was on this tractor doing like a tour around the city. She came up to me and she said, hey, yes, I'm married, so don't think anything, I don't want anything, I'm married. And I was holding a water bottle in my left hand, so she didn't see my ring. And she said, I'm married, but we have a few girls on the trip. We're on a trip for a bachelorette party. We have a few girls on the trip who are single, like that one over there. She was like, so just want to let you know that. She was like, because you just have these amazing eyes. That's what she said now. And she said, and this color you had on, my wife had got me a mint green Boss outfit with the shorts and the shirt, polo. And their shirt was mint green. They bridal party shirt was mint green. She was like, and your outfit matches us. Now listen, I just like, oh, okay, all right. It didn't, for me. Now I'm doing research. I'm doing field research. It wasn't necessary for me to say, oh no, thank you, I'm married, because I wasn't trying to extend the conversation. But because this is what I do, I wanted to see where it was gonna go. And I also wanted to see that this lady walked up to me, a black man, and they all white. And we in 2022, and she told me a few of her friends are single. I took the data I learned about that. And then throughout that day, I thought about it, and I said, so I could probably pick up one of these women, take them back to the hotel room, and do something with them. And do you know, when I thought about that, it was like I got sick to my stomach. It was like I was like, and then I thought about my wife, and I thought about her face, like how she would look, how she would feel if I cheated on her with another woman. And I thought about our intimacy. And I thought about my body with my wife's body, and then my body with another woman's body. And it honestly, it disgusted me. It disgusted me. And I thought about, like, okay, being mad with my wife and then doing it out of anger. And I still couldn't make sense of it. So what I have found about cheating is that it's not necessary, that it is not normal, that it is not in a man's nature. It could be in a man's thought process or his belief system, but it's not in our nature. So I want to dispel that it's in our nature, because men are creatures of habit. We like things to be the same. We like things to be normal. We like we like a routine. When you look at men, you see a lot of men with a routine, like to do things the same way. Like, I could go get me an office space, but I'm comfortable being at my house and shooting videos from my office. I'm in my gym now, my massage chair, in my car, and I don't want to get up and go to the office every day, because to me that represents almost slavery, because it's a lot of people that's a slave to a job. And God and gave me freedom to work when I want to work, how I want to work, what time I want to work, and I don't want to change that routine. And I think about it every week. Man, I need to get my office, get out the house, have my, but my routine is this. So I say that to say, ladies, stop believing that you have to allow a man to sleep with other women, because it's not necessary. It could be a bonus to him. It could be pleasure to him. It could be fun to him. It could be an experience to him, but it's not necessary. He's not going to die. He's not going to die. He's not going to stress. He's not going to lose weight. He's not going to gain weight. Being with one woman is not going to have any disadvantage to a man's life. Listen, me being faithful to my wife bringing me something to eat right now. Me being faithful to my wife has benefited my life being faithful. Like, I literally cannot force myself to cheat on her. I literally cannot, and this is God's heaven truth. Whether I'm angry, whether I'm stressed, I cannot do it. And my wife just brought me something to eat up here. And again, it's like, you give a woman your heart, she look out for you. When she know I'm up here away from the family, trying to do my contact tracing and stuff, waiting out my little days till I go get me a test, she taking care of me. 3 meals a day. She just came to pick up my computer because I was holding the remote control and went to turn to the TV, and the remote slipped out my hand and hit my computer screen. And that little dot messed up my little screen. Brand new computer. Apple computer. You know they charge. She set an appointment today, and she taking my computer to the Apple store to see what it's going to cost to get fixed. She looking out for me. She taking care of me. She feed me. She there for me. I got to go because I want my food to get cold. But I'm here to tell y'all, and I'm going to be transparent with you. I was nasty. I was dirt diggler. You hear me? When I talk to men, we were sitting as men, and they were like, how many women you done been with? And they were telling little stories. They was like, one of my partners done been with less than 10 women. And listen, he got enough money to buy a woman. He got enough money to have Elon Musk make him a robot. He done been with less than 10 women. I had been with 22 women before I graduated high school, and I started in the 9th grade. I had been out there. And look what the Lord did. The Lord redeemed me. The Lord changed my life. So I'm here to tell you this from somebody who you would think it would be an addiction. You would think I have to do that. You would think that all that right there. No. I'm here to tell you, ladies, you do not have to settle for a man sleeping around on you. For a man sleeping with it is not natural, because we don't need to reproduce anymore. We don't need to replenish the earth anymore. We got too many people already. So it is not natural. It is not in his nature. Because when we do that, I remember when I was living that life, every time I slept with a woman, I'd be on my knees praying, Lord, please don't let me catch the AIDS. Lord, please let me, Lord, just let this last. Lord, that was the last time. Lord, please don't let me have AIDS. Lord, please don't let me have nothing. And so it ain't fun. It come with fear, stress, worry. You doing it because you think this is manhood and this what every man do. You do not do that because this is natural, this is normal, this is a function of life, and because you have to do it. I'm here to tell you the truth now. I'm here to tell you the truth. From a man who got enough money to take care of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women. From a man who do not look like the bottom of a shoe. I ain't the best looking thing now, but I don't look like the bottom of no shoe. I don't look like no chewed up and spit out bubble gum. So now listen. So what I'm saying is I could cheat if I want to cheat. Y'all know people's standards ain't high out here, but I'm here being faithful. So I want you to realize this and understand that now. And get that in your spirit. I'm watching my boxing channel. Y'all forgive me. I'm in here watching my boxing. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.